morning, yarn tubers. Welcome back to Wanderlust Crochet with Dana and Dooley, handsome man, and this pretty boy, Jack, who had trouble falling asleep last night. It was a little rough. He practically crawled on top of me with all the fireworks going on. Thankfully, it's July 5th, and let's hope that is, for the most part, done. As someone who has raised pets and livestock my whole life, I don't believe it's anybody's God-given right to go blow themselves up, start fires, and scare every animal in the countryside. But that's just my opinion. So anyway, drinking my coffee this morning with Dooley. In my squishy shawl. It's the only shawl that I own because I don't really wear shawls. But this thing is so handy when I don't feel like putting on my big, robe, big fuzzy robe. I like just grabbing this. This is nice. I wandered around outside and gave Jack a walk. So anyway, what are we talking about this morning? Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth challenge this morning. Then I'm going to mention a couple of other things. First of all, Martha's blanket is done. I washed it in LOC, dried it. It is perfect. And it is in one of my favorite, under bed zip up clear plastic storage bags. And it is ready to go back on the truck. I'm not on the truck because, nobody planned ahead and booked a load for me ahead of time. Whatever. So I got to sit here and do some crochet. What's next? Okay, so I'm going to finish the Luck of the Draw. That's my mom's. That is on the truck. I will be finishing the Hag's Christmas Wheel Afghan. That's a crochet along that I've developed, and I'm working, as I'm it's a mystery somewhat-ish of a Christmas Afghan crochet along. Get out of that. That's not for you. So I'm doing those videos, and those will start up in September. Also, Walter's blanket, baby blanket. Okay, clean that up for me. Go ahead. Walter's blanket, baby blanket is, let me grab that. Hang on. Okay, here it is. It's from a website called Look What I Made. I did last time or the time before I was home, I started on it. But Look What I Made. I can't pronounce the name of the baby blanket. Starts with a B. I'll link it down below. So I got to link that, and I got to link everything else I'm talking about. Okay, so this is Twister by Hobby. And it is, who knows? It is a number 2. This is a sport weight. It's so soft. It's cotton and acrylic. 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. It's got a nice pull tab for the middle. Yeah, so that is, as soon as the Luck of the Draw and the Hag's blanket is done, which they're almost done, this will be next. Walter's blanket. What's after that? Well, in between that and the Hooded Woodland Moose Blanket by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. So I ordered a bunch of crochet thread. I also ordered a bunch of Crafter's Secret cotton that isn't here yet. That's taken forever to get here. But a lot of the thread, Aunt Lydia's Classic 10 cotton, because of one project that I plan on doing for the fall Yarny YouTube hop. I will link the summer Yarny YouTube hop in the description box But I will be participating in the fall version and the winter. Oh, Dooley. Such a good boy to bring Mama her coffee. So after all that thread came, my friend Sandra, she was going through a bunch of stuff that her Tony Bohr was her name. And that was her mother-in-law who died about 5 years ago. And I'm like, I need to play with this stuff. She was a crocheter and a knitter. Now I'll show you the knitted things first, because it's not my wheelhouse, but somebody who's a knitter might be interested in making one of these. What a great hot pad and pot holder. If you made it a little bigger, I would feel better about it being a little bigger for a pot holder, but there are like cables in it, and it is definitely knitted. So it's like indented out, in, out, you know, and it's almost like a basket weave. And each indentation, you know, that comes towards you right there, that is, you know, that's a dent on the other side. So you knitters may know all how to do that. And she's so cute. She did this in cotton yarn, looks like a worsted weight, then did a border, and then around the border she did this gold thread. Very cute. The other knitted item that I want to show you is this. And look how she used you know, that gold thread on the outsides of that teal color. And look at this. She just made 2 panels and she put them together for a pot holder. It's even got a little hangy loop on it. So yeah, great work. Okay. So then she showed me these, and I'll go more into these in a minute, but there's that. I mean, it looks like just a filet crochet thing, right? But it's not just another, you know, thread filet crochet. This is 2 panels single crocheted together. I am recreating this. And then there's another one with a little bit different filet design, and it's got a little bit of a, you know, scalloped edge around it. Very pretty. This is, you know, this is becoming a lost art. And I'm recreating this. Now this one is very simple on this side. It's mostly just, you know, a grid with, you know, some blocks solid there. And the other side is just the grid. And she, again, single crocheted these together. I love this kind. This is truly vintage crochet. Now, I see a lot of vintage crochet. I see the term thrown around kind of loosely for what I would call retro. But this is vintage. I mean, you know, you're approaching the days when they crocheted lacy collars out of thread, right? Oh, thank you, Dooley. Also, I had never seen, you guys know that I have a Wiggly crochet tutorial. I'm going to put that in the description box. This is Wiggly crochet done with cotton thread. It is amazing. And I am recreating one of these. I just couldn't help it. The last thing of hers that I thought was fascinating. Now, this was done in acrylic. And I think it was it Stephanie last night who said, well, you could probably use it in the shower. But I think it was meant to be a hot pad. And of course, we are, you know, we know today that it's not a good idea to use acrylic for anything hot, like, you know, in the kitchen. And it's not very absorbent. Like, I mean, you could use it to scrub something, but to use it as a hot pad, a trivet, I wouldn't. But look at this. She made this like filet in the round mesh. And then she did, what are these? Popcorns, puffs, clusters, you know, one of those kinds of stitches done in the round. And then she took the 2, look at it, there's 2 pieces to this, and she put this border together to bring the two pieces together, and it is super thick. We could do this in number 4 cotton all day long. So I am really into this. This is truly vintage, and I am recreating this. I mean, I haven't done exactly the same count she's done because I have to have the math right. So yeah, I got all this going on, and I figured out a pattern where each of her double crochet blocks, she has 6. Well, I have 5 because as talented as she was, and don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful piece of work, she just kind of winged it, in her spacing of, these lines that go in between like the blocks. So I am doing 5 and it's coming out great. I'm very excited about this. Okay. So I'm doing that, while I'm here on the yarn bus. But when I get on the truck, I'll be working on these blankets. I'm really enjoying this work. Okay, so what's next? So I'm doing that. I think it's all going to be part of the fall Yarny YouTube hop, which you guys need to check out the summer Yarny YouTube hop. And again, I will put the link to that playlist in the description box. Now, what's next? Creators in the Wind is, okay, I'm very excited about this. Rosalie, and I'll link that video in the description box, opened her box. I'll link both of her videos on that. And what it is, I'm always advocating for the viewer, whether they're subscribers or not, right? But I wanted my fellow creators to know that I care about them too. So I created this box and I sent it off to Rosalie. Now, it wasn't a surprise because it's pretty expensive shipping. It's a big box. And I wanted to be sure she was okay with that, So I sent it to her. Today, so she opened it. She took out what she wanted. I think she took the yarn out of it. And she is going to send it on to the next person. Now, I don't know who the next person is. She's going to send it on to another crochet content creator on YouTube. And only her and that content creator know who that is. And maybe later in the week or next week, we will see another Creators in the Wind video showing one of our people opening that box. And the thing is, you know how these boxes work. Whoever gets it, they take something out, they put something in, and they send it on to the next person. Well, this one's kind of it's a surprise to us as to who gets it next. And that box is never coming back to me. The idea is, oh, there go the herd of deer. Somebody spooked them. Oh, there they go. Boing, boing, boing. Boy, the mule deer are just huge out here. They are monsters. So anyway, the next person will get it, later in the week or early next, they'll show us a video of them uploading it. And then that person will contact someone else. And, we're not putting the burden of that shipping onto someone without their consent. At some point, that box will just fizzle out somewhere. Somebody is, going to end up with that box, and for whatever reason, it's not going out again. We've had deaths in the family, recently. Jane from Scraptastic Yarns, poor Pamela, at Pamela's Adoring Creations. Oh, my heart hurts for these people because I've been there. Last I heard, Mayor's son was in a pretty bad accident, but I haven't heard how that's going. If you guys want to know about prayer requests, go to Denisha Biddle's. I will link Denisha Biddle's, Deni, our sweet Deni, one of our greatest supporters. I will link her YouTube channel. Go to her community tab. So she does not upload content, but she does prayer requests. And she lets us know what's going on in our Yarny community here on YouTube. So I'll link that too. So anyway, Creators in the Wind, that's coming up. At some point, that box is just going to fizzle out, which is fine. It's like we're releasing it to the wind, right? What's the other thing? The Creators Giveback experiment. There are a few of us conducting an experiment this fall. It will involve a giveaway, like we'll all be doing that collab giveaway kind of thing. And then each of us on our own, separate from the giveaway, separate from all of that, separate from other channels, each on our own, we're going to be doing like a charity drive during that same time period. This whole thing starts like, I think October 1st and goes through the day after the U.S. Thanksgiving. So around November 25th, you know, we'll have our charity kind of call out, you know, do you want to make something for this charity? And send it to me and I will take it to them in November. Then the deer are distracting me. And, you know, the first part of, I think it's for, I may have my dates wrong, but I'll link the Facebook group. And of course you can ask me in email and Messenger and MeWe, whatever, you know, about the details. So, in fact, Colleen, I'll just email you a copy of the details as they are right now. But, I need, you know, central places to keep that information flowing, the Facebook group and the MeWe group. So anyway, you know, we're doing an experiment with this collab, and at the same time, you know, I'll have, like, my charity is going to be PALS, Pet Adoption League of Gem County. And they, you know, if you want to know more about them, take a screenshot of that thing right there. Pet Adoption League. And I'm asking already, even though we haven't started yet, to give people time if they want to make something to send me. I guess Bag a Day has like a cat bed, kind of a cat cave thing, or little like dog blankets. I think it'd be best if they were very washable, like cotton, acrylic, you know, easy stuff. Stuff you can just throw in the washing machine for the dogs and cats that are at this. You know, I'm not a big fan of how a lot of these rescues operate, but I like PALS because of the way they serve, they truly serve our county. So, so in, you know, October, I will be, you know, shouting out PALS and, you know, giving you guys the website. And, you know, if you want to send money, go to their wish list. They have an Amazon wish list. They have an otherwise wish list. Or if you want to send me something that you've created, and I will take it to them in November. And they know that's the thing. We have to contact these charities, make sure we, you know, we're not doing something that would really burden them rather than bless them. So I made sure they were okay. I'm still looking at all those does. They hopped over this way and then they came back over to their little stand of trees over here. And there's a buck in there too with velvet. His rack is in velvet right now because, yeah, it's early in the year. But anyway, so that's going on this fall. The big thing going on this fall, of course, is the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social. I was just telling my friend Tammy, I think that would be such a burden for you to come in from the East Coast. But I think we do have, you know, one or two coming from the East Coast. Mostly we're Pacific Northwest, Midwest people are coming to the Dalles, Oregon, September 29th through October 29th, 30th, and October 1st. Anyway, yeah, 3 days. At the end of September, beginning of October, we are going to have prizes. We're going to be doing, you know, crochet projects by me, by Selena Baca. We have a gal coming in from Boise who's going to set up a table and sell some of her hand-dyed yarns. I still need to get a hold of Tanjade Imperial Yarns because she has gone quiet on me. So we'll see if she's going to be there. If not, you know, we've got a lot we can work on. I might get somebody else in there, but Saturday is going to be Selena Baca in the morning from like 9 or 10 o'clock to noon. I don't remember what time we're starting. And then we take a break, an hour lunch break. And then we're going to start doing the prize giveaways. We're just going to draw names and give all this stuff away. So I'll link that event in the description box. You can also ask me for event information, you know, through Messenger, through email, through MeWe. I have been posting to the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social group on Facebook and the MeWe group. I have one group for all on MeWe. Dooley's such a good boy for bringing his mama coffee this morning. So anyway, Pacific Northwest Yarny Social is going to be a lot of fun to get to see everybody, to see the beautiful Columbia River Gorge in the fall. It is so beautiful. Hopefully it's not on fire, because sometimes, yeah, it's on fire. So let me tell you, if you're coming from Portland and the gorge is closed because Rowena's on fire or something, you can cross over at Hood River. You could cross over at Portland. You could cross over at Cascade Locks to get onto Highway 14 in Washington State. And then you can come right into the Dalles on the Dalles Bridge, right next to the Shiloh Inn. So there are ways to get there. It's just a couple, just a handful of miles more. It's not really out of the way. You got the Columbia River that flows right there that separates Oregon and Washington. So you're just on the other side of the river if that happens. Oh, the deer. They don't know what to do with themselves. They're trying to get to their daytime spot because they sleep over there. And now they want to get to their daytime spot. I think they want to get to like the orchards and go eat stuff. I don't know. They got to go bed down somewhere. So, anyway, we have gone on a long time. So I'm going to be using my wool genie. Watch this. Da, 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 da. I love it. Love it. Using my wool genie and working on that a little bit this morning. And then I'm going to start loading up the truck. And hopefully they can get me a load out of Idaho tomorrow. We'll see. I have a brand new rookie DM, which I hate. I mean, I don't hate him. He's a nice guy and everything. He's doing his best. And I'm trying not to pick fights with him because, you know, that doesn't help my situation or his. But Teresa, the one I've had for a while now, who's been really good, is moving on to customer service. Blah. I just got her trained too. So now I got to work on a new one. They should have been working on this a week ago, but they were not. Like, oh, Dana's off for 4 days, 5 days. We got time. No, you don't. Not getting me out of Idaho. Anyway, I gotta go. My mom just sent me a video. I gotta see what that is. So, Summer Yarny YouTube hop. Pacific Northwest Yarny Social, Scorched Earth Challenge. Oh, and we're starting to standardize using hashtags now, whether it's in the tags portion of your video or down at the bottom of the description box. Like, this is going to be a crochet tube video. If I had been, like showing a bunch of yarn, I would have put yarn tube, like Mama Llama Kayla does. If I was knitting, I could put knit tube on it because of the knitting projects. We are following in the footsteps of the floss tube community, the cross stitch people. You never have a problem finding a cross stitch video because all you search for is the word floss tube. Well, we are starting to standardize searching the word crochet tube, yarn tube, and knit tube for our videos, for our community. Okay, so we're doing all that. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.